everyone, I am Deep Patel from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. As you all know, we were discussing about the chapter number 4, that is the properties of steam. In our first lecture of this chapter, we have discussed about what is the difference between the gas and the steam. And then we have discussed about the how is steam generated from the water. So we have discussed about the steam generation process, in which we have discussed about the temperature enthalpy graph. Okay, and we have discussed about some basic definitions of the saturation temperature, degree of superheat, and the amount of heat required for the superheating condition. Also we have discussed about the sensible heat and the latent heat. Okay, so now in this lecture we are going to discuss about the some important definitions like types of steam, then we will discuss about the enthalpy, then specific volume, dryness fraction and the wetness fraction. Okay, so let us discuss with the first topic, that is the types of steam. Okay, so let us start. So first is the wet steam. Now what is the meaning of wet steam? So we know that there are total 3 types of steam: wet steam, dry steam and the superheated steam. So when we were discussing about the boiling of water or the steam generation process, in which we have discussed that when water is at 0 degrees Celsius and we are going to supply some heat, then it will reach to the saturation temperature. Okay, and at the saturation temperature the steam water is converted into the steam. Okay, so we can say that in between the condition when water is start to converting into the steam and 100% steam is generated, so in between the condition the steam is present is known as the wet steam. So we can say that in between the condition there will be a water molecule and there will be a steam molecules. So we can say that the wet steam in which both water molecules and steam molecules are coexist in the equilibrium condition or in the mixture. Okay, so that is known as the wet steam. Okay, next is the dry steam. Now what is the meaning of dry steam? When we are going to supply more heat to the wet steam, then after that what happens, the 100% water is converted into the 100% steam. Okay, so that 100% steam is known as the dry steam. Okay, so we can say that steam at the saturation temperature having no water molecule, and that is called the dry steam. Okay, next is the superheated steam. Now if we are supplying more heat to the dry steam, then what happens, the dry steam will, the temperature of the dry steam will gradually increase. Okay, so after that the steam which we can get, that is known as the superheated steam. Okay, so our first phase was the wet steam, then wet steam will becomes dry steam, and if we supply more heat then it will becomes the superheated steam. Okay, so we can say that the definition of superheated steam is that when the dry steam is heated further at the given constant pressure, the temperature is rise beyond the saturation temperature. That temperature is known as the superheated temperature, and the steam that we can get is known as the superheated steam. Okay, so this is the definition of wet steam, dry steam and the superheated steam. Now next we are going to discuss about the dryness fraction. Now what is the meaning of dryness fraction and what is the application of dryness fraction? Okay, so we know in the wet steam there is a steam particle and there is a water particle. Okay, so wet steam is the mixture of steam and the water. Okay, so how much amount of the steam is present into the wet steam? Okay, or we can say that how much amount the molecule of steam is present in the total amount of wet steam, that is indicated by the dryness fraction. Okay, so sometimes dryness fraction is also indicated by the X. Okay, so here we can say that dryness fraction of steam is the ratio of mass of actual dry steam present in the known quantity of wet steam to the total mass of the wet steam. Okay, so let us write the equation that X is equals to mass of steam upon the total mass of wet steam. Total mass of wet steam means mass of steam plus mass of water. Okay, so we can write ms upon ms plus mw. So with the help of this dryness fraction, we can understand how much amount of the dry steam is present, or the how much amount of the steam particle is present into the mixture. Okay. Next, the important note is that the value of dryness fraction is always vary between the 0 to 1. Okay, and after when the steam is become 100% dry, the value of dryness fraction is becomes 1. Okay, so it will vary in between 0 to 1. Okay, so we can say that at the saturation condition, when water is reached at the T saturated or at the saturation temperature, there will be a dryness fraction is 0. And when 100% water is converted into the steam, the dryness fraction is becomes 1. Okay, so in between the dryness fraction is vary between 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 up to 1. Okay, so this is what all about the dryness fraction. Next, wetness fraction. Now wetness fraction is opposite to the dryness fraction. How much amount of water is present into the entire mixture, that we can indicate it by the wetness fraction. Okay, so this is the simple definition, that it is the ratio of the mass of water particle present into the entire mixture. Okay, so we can write it as mw upon ms plus mw. Okay, so we can write that wetness fraction is equals to mw upon ms plus mw. Okay, so this is the simple definition of the wetness fraction. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about the enthalpy of steam. Okay, so we know that when the water is at 0 degree Celsius, we are going to supply some heat energy. Okay, so when we are going to supply the heat to the water, the energy is stored into the water. Okay, so ultimately we can say that the energy which is supplied by the heat is stored into the water, and that stored energy is known as the enthalpy. So we can write here enthalpy of liquid. Okay, so first of all, enthalpy of liquid is indicated by the HF. Okay, now what is the enthalpy of liquid? So we can say that it is the heat energy which is supplied to the water to increase its temperature up to its saturation temperature, that is known as the enthalpy of liquid. Okay, and the formula of the enthalpy of liquid is equals to CPW in bracket TF minus T0. Okay, and the T0 is the 0 degree Celsius, so we can write T0 equals to 0. So our final formula is becomes HF equals to CPW into TF minus 0. Okay. Now here, what is the meaning of this CPW? CPW is the specific heat at constant pressure. Okay, and here W, that indicates the water, because we are here generating the steam from the water. So here this is the specific heat at constant pressure of water. This is the simple meaning of CPW, and the value is 4.182. Okay, so we can write HF equals to CPW. TF is the final temperature, and 0 that is the initial temperature. Okay. Next is the enthalpy of dry steam. Okay, and the enthalpy of dry steam is indicated by the Hg. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? The total amount of heat is required to convert 1 kilogram of water into the 1 kilogram of dry steam, that is known as the enthalpy of dry steam. Okay, so when the 100% water is converted into the 100% steam, at that point the enthalpy or the energy which is available into that steam is known as the enthalpy of dry steam. And the equation of dry steam Hg equals to H plus HFg. Next, enthalpy of wet steam. So we can say that the total heat required at constant pressure to convert 1 kilogram of water at 0 degree to 1 kilogram of wet steam, that is known as the enthalpy of wet steam. So we can say that if there is a dryness fraction 0.5, that means there is a 50% steam is converted from the 1 kilogram of water. So we can say that when the dryness fraction is 0.5, that means 500 ml is steam and 500 ml is water. So at this condition, the amount of heat which is stored into the steam or the amount of enthalpy that we can find from this equation, that the enthalpy of wet steam, that is equals to HF plus X HFG. Here HF is the enthalpy of water at the saturation condition, X is the dryness fraction, and HFG is the latent heat. Okay. Next is the enthalpy of superheated steam. So the enthalpy of superheated steam means the amount of heat required to convert 1 kilogram of water at 0 degrees Celsius to 1 kilogram of superheated steam. And the formula of superheated steam is H superheated is equals to Hg plus CPS T superheated minus T saturated. This T superheated minus T saturated is also called as the degree of superheat. Here CPS means the specific heat of steam at constant pressure. Okay, and Hg is the enthalpy of dry steam that we have already discussed. Okay, so enthalpy of superheated steam can be found by Hg plus CPS in bracket T superheated minus T saturated. Okay. Now, next we are talking about the specific volume of steam. Okay, so first we will discuss about the specific volume at saturated water. Okay, so first of all, we know that when we supply heat from the 0 degree Celsius water, then the gradually temperature of water will rise and it will reach to the saturation condition or the saturation temperature. So finally what happens? The volume of the water at the saturation condition is known as the specific volume of water, and that is indicated by the Vf. Okay. Next is the specific volume of the dry steam. So when the water is 100% converted into the steam, at that time the volume is available, that is known as the Vg, and that is the volume or the specific volume of dry steam. Okay. So we can say that the volume occupied by the 1 kilogram of the dry saturated steam at given pressure is known as the specific volume of dry steam. Okay. Next, specific volume of the wet steam. So the specific volume of the wet steam means the volume which is occupied by the steam and water mixture in the wet condition is known as the specific volume of the wet steam. And simply we can find that volume with the help of this equation, that V equals to X into Vg. Vg is the specific volume of dry steam. Okay. Next, the specific volume of the superheated steam. So when the steam has become superheated, its specific volume will be rise. We all know that when the water is at saturation temperature, there is a small volume. Then the volume is gradually increased when steam is becomes wet. After that the volume is increased and steam is become dry. And when steam is become superheated, there will be a higher volume. Okay, so the specific volume of the superheated steam can be given by this equation, that the V superheated is equals to Vg into T superheated upon T saturated. Okay. So this is the equation for the specific volume of the superheated steam. Here in this equation, Vg is the specific volume of dry steam, T superheated is the superheating temperature, and the T saturated is the saturated temperature. So from the ratio of T superheated to the T saturated into Vg, we can get the value of specific volume at the superheating condition. Okay. Next, we will discuss about the internal energy of the steam. Okay, so we know that the equation of enthalpy is equals to U plus PV, that we have discussed in our chapter number 3, that is the properties of gas, that the enthalpy H equals to U plus PV. Here U is the internal energy and PV is the external work. Okay, so if we want to find the internal energy, then we can directly find it from the equation of enthalpy, that the internal energy is equals to H minus PV. So we can write here the internal energy is defined as the difference between the enthalpy and the external work. Okay, so if we want to write internal energy for the dry steam, then we can write Ug equals to Hg minus PVg. Here G is the Hg is the enthalpy of dry steam and Vg is the specific volume of dry steam. Then if we want to write internal energy of the wet steam, then we can automatically write U equals to Hg minus P into Vg, and if we want to write internal energy of the superheated steam, then we have to write superheating conditions, that U superheated is equals to H superheated minus P into V superheated. Okay. So in this lecture we have discussed about main 4 topic. First is the enthalpy of the steam. Second, we have discussed about the dryness fraction and wetness fraction. We have discussed about the types of steam and the specific volume and internal energy of the steam. Okay, so this is what all about today's lecture. Thank you for today.